Alright, this is our op amp design. It's a stylish design for modern looks and aesthetics. This is our volume knob here that's attached to the pot under there, and it adjusts the gain of the op amp and amplifies the input signal from here out to here, here out to here. So we have it running off an 18-volt source, which is just divided up so that we have -9, +9 across the op amp. And we have a 1K resistor on the input, and this is a 0 to 50K pot, so we can potentially have up to 50 gain. And this is just an inverting one because it's just going to change the phase, and it's not that big of a deal for it. We'll give you a quick example of our VU meter we have attached. So this is our VU meter, and the lights go with the music, and it changes with the volume knob there to demonstrate our volume actually works. Okay, you can explain the VU meter now. There's our off-on switch.
Alright, so this is a continuation of our op amp. We're going to go over our VU meter. And as you can see, as we turn it up, the voltage is increased, so the lights are increased to signify a range of values. And the way we do this is we have our lights that are plugged into our chip. We have our reference voltage, and it checks this with our input voltage. And depending on how high our input voltage is of our reference voltage, it allows each of these LEDs to turn on. And that's basically it. I mean, you have to make sure you hook up your ground, and you have your capacitors so that you have this constant flow of volts going across here. So it's like a capacitor, you know, your volt battery or storage. Think of it as a bank. And you just have to make sure you hook up your ground, which is the same ground as your op amp chip. And we have this pin right here. It's our mode. If we give it power, if we put it across, was it around 9 volts, it will go into dot mode, which you can see right here on our op amp. And that just makes it so that each LED, they're all producing the same amount of power, and they turn off as you turn it down instead of all flushing with only one bright light.
Alright, so what do you think the hardest part of building this op amp and VU meter combo was?
That would be getting the schematic of getting these lights the way I want. So when I made this, I had to cut the bottle in half and then cut each individual hole for the LEDs. And that became the hardest part because you had to solder these lights in with them in place. Then you had to be careful not to melt the plastic so that you could still use the bottle. And that would be the hardest part of making this